Our mountain men, they will be checking in a little bit later. We do have guests in studio with us. As I mentioned earlier, Derek and I were talking about the foreign exchange student program, which there are a lot of host parents in our area and a lot of foreign exchange students. And I had the pleasure of meeting Nellie when we were doing a Christmas production with Cast Theater in December. And Nellie and her host parent, Ron, in studio with us, and Derek has not come back from his newsroom, but he'll rejoin us here in a little bit too. But Nellie is from the Czech Republic. Nellie is a student now, temporarily for this school year at Alexandria, right, at Alexandria. So you're in the 11th grade at Alexandria, correct? Say again?
Yes.
Okay. Don't be afraid of that mic. You make that mic your friend.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Okay, very good. She's got such a beautiful voice. I mean, you don't realize how beautiful your voice is.
Really?
It's so beautiful, and she's being a little shy, but will this make you feel better? All right, let me tell you this, all right? So we're based out of Anniston, Alabama, and we're on the FM dial, 95.1 on the FM dial, but we have a website, and people can listen on our website, and we have a radio listening app, of course, and people listen worldwide on that. Now, I did share that with you a couple of weeks ago, and you told your family in the Czech Republic, you told them about the website, right?
Yes, I did. They're like listening to us right now.
Oh, yay, yay, yay. So you think they are listening. Yeah. All right, can you tell them something in the language that I mean, your normal language is just Czech, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, you want to talk to them?
Sure, I can say like hi to them.
Okay.
So you can hear some Czech. Ahoj mami a tati, jak se máte?
Oh, that is so
More
beautiful.
than that.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. So, teď jsem v rádiu a nevím, co mám říkat, ale mám vás všechny moc ráda.
Tell us what you told them.
Well, I said hi, and I'm so glad they're like listening to us, and I love them.
Oh, I love it. And you miss them, I bet. You miss them terribly,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, I would say I'm like independent, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna miss the parents, you know. But actually, like 10 months, it's a long time, and sometimes I miss them. Like, it's not like, you know, I'm crying in my room, or like I wanna go home, but sometimes I like remember them, and especially like during like you know, holidays like Christmas, like oh these are like my first Christmas like without them.
Yes.
So that was kind of like unusual for me, but
Yes.
I have a nice host family, and I'm so glad I could, you know, spend, you know, Christmas with them and experience the American Christmas.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Matter of fact, when you got here, it was at the beginning of the school year in the fall, and you'd only been here a little bit when you had your birthday and turned 18, right?
Yes.
Bless your heart. I cannot imagine all of a sudden you're away from family, you're in a brand new country, you're having your birthday, and you're not with your parents and your siblings, and what did that feel like?
Yeah, it felt a little bit like strange, because I'm used to, you know, go to even like celebrate my birthday with my friends, but by the time I arrived here, I didn't have any friends here.
Oh, yeah.
But again, I'm so glad my host family, they made like a little birthday party for me. I had a cake, and I got a lot of presents.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, and I got to know like other family members.
Right. Now, Ron, who is your host dad, I'm going to have to ask you, Ron, since she mentioned presents, how did you even know how to shop for this new girl, this new teenager in your home?
Yeah, well, the easy answer is my wife and daughter did that.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah,
girls
so,
know what
yeah.
girls want.
That's right.
It doesn't matter where you're from, right? So did they pick well?
Yes, I've mentioned I like, you know, Harry Potter and Taylor Swift, so I got a lot of presents, you know, like with Taylor Swift, or I think I got like a Harry Potter like pencil case.
Oh, okay.
So,
And then all of a sudden, as soon as your birthday is over, all of a sudden we're getting ready for Christmas. So here we go again, right? But what an emotional time to be away from home, especially, your first Christmas away from home. So, matter of fact, I think I would have a rough time as a parent. Now, Ron, you said that you had 2 kids?
No,
Two-
I've got 6.
Oh, 6. How did I think too? So y'all have 6 blood children
Yes.
that you birthed and raised, and they're grown and gone. So did any of them become?
Well, we have one
Oh.
that's still at the house.
Oh, that's
And
right. That's right. Yeah.
A daughter, but, yeah, they range, my oldest is 52,
Oh, okay.
53 in, 52 in July. My youngest is 24. So there's 27 years difference between my oldest and my youngest. I know.
Wow. And none
so-
of them became exchange students, did they?
No, we had 2 with us in India.
Oh.
And I really, for me, that was the highlight of the trip, is to get my kids out there to experience another culture.
Oh, exactly. Which, I did want to ask Nellie, because you grew up, you were born and raised in the Czech Republic,
That's right.
and all of a sudden you decide you want to be an exchange student. What led you to make that decision?
Well, actually, I always wanted to go to America because, I have seen it in like the American shows and movies,
Okay.
and I have heard about this like exchange program, but then I found out it cost a lot of money. But I still, tried to ask my parents, and they agreed.
So that's something else then, that someone who may be interested, they need to know that if you want to become a host family, you have an investment to make, right?
No, all of that is on her parents.
All of that is on your,
Yeah,
on the exchange?
and
Oh, okay.
different organizations have
Uh-huh.
different rules, we've found
Okay.
out.
And-
Derek, if you could really tell us about that.
Yes,
Because
yes.
he's dealt with several of the
Right, yeah, he's
Um,
dealt with a few different ones, and then you're
Yes.
dealing with a different one. And I have a cousin that I grew up with, so she's my age, and they've hosted, I think, 3 different exchange students from different countries, and I think that they've dealt with somebody different, different
Oh,
organization
okay.
too. So, but for those interested in becoming, say, a host family, I mean, they just basically could just Google how to become a host family,
Yeah.
how to, yeah. And yeah, that was the other thing too. Nellie was telling me, all right, when you decided that you were interested, you wanted to go to America, so that was the first country in your mind, like, okay, I can be an exchange student, but which country am I going to choose? I mean, you could have. The world is your oyster, right? But you decided America it is. And why Alabama?
I didn't choose Alabama because
Okay.
no, basically, when I decided to be an exchange student, you record a video, and then people who wants to be a host parents, they're gonna choose you. So if they are from Alabama, I'm going to Alabama. If they are from, I don't know, New York, I'm going to New York. You know what I mean?
Oh, so whoever chose you.
Yes.
I want to hear about that video, okay? I want you to walk us through that, all right? And we'll be right back. Nellie is here from the Czech Republic, and she is in studio with us right now. She is an exchange student from the Czech Republic. We are so thrilled to have you here. And we're going to talk more with Nellie and her host dad, Ron, and Derek, I guess, is still in the newsroom, but he's a host family too, so we'll get back with him. It is 8:16. Good morning to Central Alabama's classic station. It is 8:19. Lisa Carr in for the G-Man and all of our mountain men, well, except for Derek, and of course
They did leave us behind.
yeah, somebody's got to man this ship. And of course, Darren is also on the way, so he'll be here in a little bit. But our very special guest in studio this morning, all the way from the Czech Republic, Nellie. I am so happy to have you. And she is here in Alabama, here in Anniston, going to school at Alexandria until the end of this school year, and then you're gonna have to go back home to the Czech Republic, but I know you'll be happy to see your family.
Yeah, but actually I'm staying until June 13th because I'm staying for a wedding.
Oh,
My host brother, my host dad's son.
Yeah, our
is getting
youngest
married.
is getting married, and we,
oh.
she's gonna stay until that's over.
Ooh, well, maybe there'll be enough time then for me to introduce you to my granddaughters, because,
Yes.
she's the same age as my oldest granddaughter, Gracie, and I would love for them to meet. And Gracie wants to meet you so much.
Really?
Well, actually, they all do. When I told them about you, they've asked me a couple of times, when can we meet her? Because they're way down in Childersburg, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen.
You
So,
think you'd like to come back and go to college here, maybe?
Yeah, I would like to, but probably like to California.
Oh, good
Morning.
morning.
he's
Okay,
here. He
look
made
who's here.
it. That is Darren. He is a comedian, and Sean. Have you ever heard of Southern Mama? He's a comedian. I want you to look him up on YouTube.
Okay.
And you'll see who I'm talking about. Not right this second, though. I want to hear about the video that you made when you had decided that you wanted to be an exchange student. You had to make a video.
Yes.
You know what, when she tells me that,
Yes.
I think dating app, but no, it's not like a dating app.
No, it's just to give host families a view of their English and, how they speak and what they speak about.
Okay,
And
okay.
the reasons for wanting to come.
Yeah, which
It's
by the way.
It's really helpful. It's a new feature. I guess with modern technology, you can do that now.
Right, and Nellie is bilingual, of course. I mean, you speak English and Czech and Russian.
Yes, a little bit Russian. I mean, I learned Russian at school, but it's not as good as, Czech or English, so.
Yeah, but Czech and Russian are similar,
Yes,
right?
they are in the same language groups.
Oh, okay.
So basically, when you don't know a word in Russian, say Czech with Russian accent, and sometimes you're right.
Okay.
Not all the time, but.
Hey, Derek, you were locked in the bathroom, I think, when she did this.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't want me to say that on the air, probably, but, okay, I'm sorry, it was
Okay.
just too funny.
So what's your question?
I'm sorry, okay, yeah, move on. So anyway, she spoke to her family in her native language while,
On there.
Yeah, well, yes.
Mhm.
Just,
Yes.
you
Well,
missed,
I was in the room.
you missed that part, and they are listening. They
Yes.
are listening in the Czech Republic on the website.
Yes.
Isn't that
It's
awesome?
amazing what you can do.
I'm so, hey, I want you to say something to them in your native language that only somebody in Alabama would say. Say,
How are y'all doing?
no, it would be, hey y'all. Say,
Yeah.
hey y'all.
Ahoj všichni.
Oh,
That's good.
oh, I like
Yeah.
that. Now I want you to teach me to say,
Ahoj všichni.
ahoy shihi,
Všichni.
shihi, ahoy shihi. We'll practice that some more before before you leave. But tell me about the video that you made.
Okay, so it basically felt like a self-tape,
Oh.
which it actually was, but you are supposed to speak about yourself, or why are you going to the US, or like why you want to go to the US, what are your like hobbies and
Oh.
interests, and I have to share like on the YouTube. It was like a private link thing, but still I was like, oh, now I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Now I'm a YouTuber.
So to answer your question, those of us who are host parents, we can see the students ahead of time. So like Ron and I we can look at 100, 200, 300, 400 different kids that want to come to America, and we can choose one that best fits our family. So if you're a sports athletic family, you're going to look for girls or guys that play sports. If you're if I'm a tuba player and I want a student in the band, then I can go through and narrow it down. Hey, I want a student that plays in the band. So there's so many ways you can narrow it down to choose a student that's going to fit your family. If you've got little kids, then you want a student that's got little siblings back in their country.
Exactly.
And we can also narrow it down. Like if I said, hey, I want a kid just from Germany, or just from Czech Republic, you can go through and eliminate all the ones from Italy and Spain. So, for them, it's the intrigue of going to somewhere new and a new experience that
Now,
makes it for them.
Tell us how you got word that you had been selected.
Yeah, I was at school and it was like middle of English class, and I've got an email that I was placed to a host family.
Yes.
So I just, found out, and I was like, shaking. I was so excited, and it was still middle of class, and the teacher was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
So they texted you and you had a phone in class or something?
Yeah,
Yeah?
actually, honestly, like here in the US, they are like more strict about the phones.
Yes.
Like in Czech, like
Yes.
of course you're not supposed to have phones like during the class, but usually teachers just say put it away, but they will never take it away from you.
Well, we've got new rules too. I mean, aren't there new
Yes, there's
rules
new
that,
rules.
so
Yes.
they're about to start hammering down on them a little bit more too now.
Let me add something to what Derek said about how we selected. Rather than the fit into our family, we looked at the hobbies like you were talking about in sports, and we would, this particular person was into tennis. So I called Alexandria High School, do you have a tennis program?
Right.
Yeah,
Good
because
research.
if they're really into tennis and they pick a school that doesn't have tennis, that would have been.
It's not good.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way we did it. We had, there's other written information about, one that we were considering was allergic to cats. And we have a cat.
Oh,
Yes.
And so
They
that
give you
kind
all
of,
kind of information.
That is
like
good.
yeah,
to know.
yeah, so,
that's very good to know.
And, they even tell you, hey, this student's vegan. So if
Oh, are
you, if you eat hamburgers.
Oh, you're not, no,
you
no,
know,
no.
that- all kind of information so that you can narrow it down.
Well, Nellie, before we wrap up, there's so many more things I wish I could ask you. I wish you could come back maybe another time. You're gonna be here till June, so maybe you can, because maybe we could get an update, But for now, you've been here since May, or right before. I'm sorry, fall. I'm sorry.
July.
I'm
End of
thinking
July 25th.
before school started in the fall. So, and I know that I know you were very nervous coming in. I know you're a lot more relaxed now. But if you decide, once you do go back home, you may come back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But you may not come back to Alabama?
Yes, I would like to go to California.
Okay.
I know it sounds kind of like cheesy, but
Oh, well, no, it's all right, because if you have an opportunity to see the world and California before it falls off, into the ocean, I think you
Yes.
should.
So one good question would be, what's the biggest difference she's found in Alabama from the Czech Republic?
Oh my God, there are so many differences.
Just give us a good one.
Like for example, when you go shopping in here, I think it's like a certain hospitality in general. You go shopping and the employees are like, "Oh, hi honey, hi sweetheart." I was like, what? Because like in the Czech Republic, everybody stares at you. You like just murdered someone,
What?
Yes.
Friendliness,
Or
hospitality.
they just don't even look at you.
Oh, wow. So would you say then that you have experienced some Southern hospitality?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, hey, can you say that in your native language to your parents right now, that you have experienced Southern hospitality?
Zažila jsem jižanskou pohostinnost a na rozdíl od Česka jsou tady lidi milejší.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was a lot. I think you also told them that you were so happy that you got to meet Lisa, didn't you? Is that what you said?
Yeah. But my dad, sent me a picture of him with headphones, and he was like, "I'm listening."
Oh, that is so wonderful. Wow. Well, I know that we're going to have to let you get on, because I know you've got some e-learning that y'all are doing today. But maybe before you go back, maybe we can have you back, because there's so much more to talk about. I feel so blessed, that we got to meet you, and that you came to Alabama of all the places you could go. And thank you, Ron, that y'all picked Nellie. We just love her so much. Thank you, Ron, and thank you, Nellie. And we do want to remind everybody, the exchange student program always needs more host parents, and of course, the opportunity for the kids, for even our kids, to go experience the world too. So just want to remind everybody, do it. Experience life, have fun. It is 8:30. Good morning.